join me in welcoming Ms. Jasmine Kaur, ma'am. She is a generative AI developer at TCS, specializing in creative, innovative AI solutions that push the boundaries of technology. Beyond her professional role, she's passionate about mental health advocacy and channelize this passion into creating insightful YouTube videos that aim to support and uplift individuals on their mental health. And the list does not end here. Additionally, she is dedicated towards nurturing the next generation of tech enthusiasts by mentoring college students in cloud computing, helping them build a strong foundation for their future careers. That's an absolute list which we cannot end. We are grateful to have you, ma'am. Ma'am, the stage is yours. We are eager to soak in your wisdom and experience.
So as Shami ma'am rightly said that everyone has those 24 hours only. But where is the difference when some people are able to achieve the things they set their mind to and some people are not? The answer lies in how you manage time. So now time management is the process in which you plan and use the conscious control of the time that you have in hand to do the activities that you set your mind to. And that helps you to have a better productivity once you have sorted priorities and you have all the listed items that you want to achieve in a desired span of time. So moving forward, I would like to ask you all a question. Notifications from the phone, are they distracting to you? Or the thoughts about the other task or responsibilities that you have and that has consumed a lot of space in your head? Or other than that, is overthinking or losing focus one of the reasons why you're not able to manage things? And lastly, is there something that urges you to do more fun activities rather than focusing on the things that you have in hand? I'm waiting for your answers in poll. Poll, can you all please do it?
Request all the participants to actively participate in the poll because your opinions matters to us and for the session as well. So we can see some amazing polls which are coming up. First one having 17% votes. Second option having 30% of votes. Overthinking or losing focus is having 30%. And the last one is having 23%. Jasmine, what's your say?
Yeah, so as I was rightly thinking that most of us are occupied with the things in our brain rather than doing it in like doing something that is in our hand. So the first thing that we can do is clear up our mind and stop focusing on the things that have already been done or we have to do it. Once you have planned the things accordingly, you have it in front that this is how you'll be proceeding with it. A lot of things related to overthinking, thoughts about other tasks gradually goes with time. Yeah. So the first technique is Pomodoro Technique. So the Pomodoro Technique is a time management method which is specifically designed to enhance your productivity and focus. Now, the way it works is you have to break your task that you have in hand into short, manageable intervals. Typically, it lasts for around 25 minutes. That is called a single Pomodoro.
Is it visible now?
Yeah,
So
it's visible.
listen to music or watch videos get the highest vote with 67%.
Yeah, but I see a lot of people have not participated. I really look forward to have everyone's opinion. So this was a technique that you can use in day-to-day life. And as I mentioned, the time duration depends on you, the way you are able to focus and something that works for you. But this is a traditional way, which I feel works for a lot of people. So moving forward, Aarti ma'am, for speaking something, you're on mute. Moving forward, I would like to talk about other time management techniques as well. And based on what you prefer or what you are able to do, you can choose that one. So the second technique is Eisenhower Matrix, which is also known as an urgent important matrix. And it is a time management tool that helps you prioritize tasks based on the urgency and importance. As I mentioned earlier, that I would be talking about a technique which will help you to understand what your priorities are and how do you manage it. This is the time management technique that will help you answer all your questions related to prioritizing. So the way it works is it divides the tasks into 4 categories to aid in the decision making and effective time management. And the way it works is, can we have the next slide, please? The way it works is we have 4 quadrants in it, which specifies the urgency and importance of that task. So if I talk about quadrant 1, it contains the things that are urgent and important for people. So an example can be, there can be a term paper that you have due tomorrow and that requires immediate attention. So you'll have to study right away, and that is something that you have to do within the span that you have. So that is an action item for urgent and important tasks. So then if you move to the second quadrant, that contains the activities or tasks that are not urgent but are important to you. An example for that can be that you have a upcoming exam in the next month, or there's a longer term project that you have to complete, but that is not something you have to do right away. So what you do is break that into small pieces. So when there is a deadline or the final day, you are already prepared with the exam, or you've already completed the project. So this type of things lies in the category of not urgent but important. Moving forward, the third quadrant, which contains these third quadrant, which is there, is not urgent and but not important. So urgent and not important are tasks that are not something that you have to do right away or have to invest a lot of time in. So for an example, it can be that a colleague of yours or a friend is asking for you to help them with their homework. That is something that is not important for you but is important for that person. So even if you're doing that, I'll suggest that you don't spend a lot of time there, because then the things that you were doing wouldn't have much time to complete. So that was about the third quadrant, which is related to urgent but not important tasks. Lastly, the quadrant fourth contains not urgent and not important tasks. So these are some things which we really enjoy doing, and those contain watching TV, scrolling Instagram, watching series, binge watching, right, 8 episodes in one go. So these are things that are not important and also not urgent. So if it is something that is consuming a lot of time of yours, then you have to plan it accordingly, that you fit your task in all the 3 quadrants first, complete that, and then move forward to this one. But I will suggest that you try to minimize the activities that you do in quadrant 4. So this was about how you can prioritize the activities that you have.
That will make your life easy. So homeworks हैं थोड़े boring होंगे, doesn't matter. Train your mind. It's all mind game. Train your mind. Okay, this is boring, but I have to do it. Why to procrastinate? Let me do. Fine. Yeah.
Truly true, ma'am. Truly true. I think all the participants who are present here are able to resonate with the real-time examples which have been given by the host and Aati ma'am herself. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You can find n number of excuses for project submission, but you cannot give any excuse if the marks for this exam is to be compensated. That deep breathe, drink water, and then convince yourself कि you have prepared. Doesn't matter, you have prepared. 2 number का नहीं आता ना, doesn't matter, you have prepared well. Okay, continue.
To you about, and I am very sure that every one of you must have used this technique at one point of your time. So time blocking is a time management technique wherein you allocate specific blocks of time to a particular task or activities throughout the day. So it's more like creating a timetable or a schedule that every one of us did before we were entering a new class or had a new session. And this method, if we are following it accurately, then help us to organize a schedule in a way that we are able to accomplish everything that we set our mind to. If there is an assignment that wouldn't take much time, then you should allocate the time accordingly without wasting or without allocating more time, which will be hindering the other tasks that you have to accomplish. And the main thing related to time blocking is that you need to stick to the schedule to have a better time management with this technique. because I think most of us make a timetable, but we are not following it. We keep on delaying. Okay, we have missed a certain timeline, then we miss the other timelines as well. But it's important that if you have missed a certain, say, suppose 9 or 10, you had to study chemistry, but for some reason you've missed it. You should focus on the other time block that you had, which was for some other subject, and that is how you will be able to get on track and have a better practice on how to follow the schedule. And based on your changing needs, you can accordingly adjust it every week or every month based on how your schedule looks like. And once you are able to have time blocking, time management technique, you are able to follow it. There are multiple benefits which you get. So you have a better organization. You are able to improve your productivity because everything that you had to accomplish, you are doing it and at a very good pace because you have already set the deadlines for those. It also helps you to reduce stress as there are no last minute rushes that you have because you've already planned everything in advance. So I'll suggest that people who have created the schedule but are not following it, you can try to get in that rhythm to follow everything that you have written in the timetable. So this was about time blocking. There's a last method that I would like to discuss. Thereafter, we can take all of your questions. Can we have the next slide, please? So the next technique is setting SMART goals. So it helps us to have our objectives clear, achievable, and actionable if we are following this. So the acronym SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So now I'll be explaining how each component works. So first one is specific. So the goal that you're setting your mind to should be very clear and specific. An example can be if you are if you got a grade B in mathematics and you want to have grade A, then you have to be very clear about that. I want to improve my grades, and that is how I'll be going about. Now you would also be identifying the area in which you lagged. Did you not study well, or were you not attending the classes, or there's some difficulty that you're finding while solving the problems? So with the specific part of the SMART goals, you get a clear idea on what you want to do. Second is measurable. So the goal that you are including should help you to track a progress and determine when it has to be achieved. So everything that has a deadline makes you do things in a better way. So I think in the chat also someone mentioned that if we are studying at the last minute, we are doing well because you have that urgency of studying at that point. Similarly, if you're setting some timelines, I think you will be able to perform better and you'll have that I have to accomplish certain thing at certain point of time. So that was about measurable in the SMART goals. The third one is achievable. So the things that you're setting your mind to should be very realistic and attainable. So if you are saying that I want to improve my grade from B to A, that is achievable only if you are clear about the things required to do so. But that is something that can help you have better scores in the future and can also improve your academics. Moving forward, the fourth one is relevant. So whatever you're setting your plan to should be important and aligned with your broader objectives. Say if I have taken math science and I am aiming for competitive exams, the scores of math science would be something that would help me get a better college or better JEE score. So the things that you're setting your mind to should help you achieve the bigger goals that you have in your head. Lastly, T was for time bound. And as I have explained earlier, the goal that you have should have a clear deadline or a time frame for completion. So if I want to have a better score in the next semester, I'll be setting my mind that in the next semester, I am definitely going to get grade A from grade B. So that is how it works. And if you are able to follow setting smart goals, it can help you have better clarity. You will have the motivation because you will be able to track your progress every now and then on what all you have achieved, the time frame that you set your mind to. And following smart goals is feasible and attainable, and it helps you to have a more realistic idea on what things you were lacking in. So I think that was about smart goals, and this is what I wanted to tell.